Recruiter here to review your resumes. The resume we have up first is a full stack software engineer. And this person has stated, so far I have not gotten any interviews or calls or even technical assessments or emails while applying through LinkedIn, Indeed, Glassdoor, Google Forms, etc. I'm not sure if it's due to my educational qualifications or how I'm applying, and the only way I was able to get the intern opportunities were via my known connections. So this person had not get a single interview from their resume. So this is an absolutely garbage resume, and I'm here to tell you why it's garbage, how to fix it so it's not garbage, so that you can get a 1 in 7. What's a 1 in 7? A 1 in 7 is how many applications it takes to get an interview. This is how you can tell if your resume is good or bad. If your resume is getting more than 50 applications to an interview, bad. If your resume is getting less than 50 to 1, it's good. And my advice gets people 1 interview per 7 applications. There's a little bit of an asterisk if you're fully remote or an international, but it's still better than anything else on the market. So let's find out why this person has gotten 0 interviews for a full stack software engineer. So what do we need for a full stack software engineer? It's right here. We need your degree. We need TypeScript, JavaScript, HTML, CSS. We need RESTful API or REST API. We need TypeScript, JavaScript, HTML, CSS. We need SQL, Cloud, AWS, TypeScript, JavaScript, HTML, CSS, React Native, TypeScript, JavaScript, HTML, CSS. Do you see how many times I'm repeating this? I'm doing that because you don't want to put it on, because you're afraid that it's going to be redundant, because you're afraid that TypeScript means blah, 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 blah. No. If you do not have TypeScript, JavaScript, HTML, CSS in the first bullet point of your first line, you are probably going to get yeeted and deleted and your resume is completely cooked. So if you do not have it, you are done. I don't care how basic it is. I don't care how boring it is. The boring and basics get people jobs. So TypeScript, JavaScript, HTML, CSS, then React or React Native, Git, GitHub, CI/CD, Agile, DevOps, and the rest of that for extra credit, which is nice to have. So recruiters only have 20 seconds to find what we need. Can I find this in 20 seconds? Probably not, because it's a terrible resume. But let's find out and go. Ugh, formatting is disgusting. This doesn't matter. Build a full stack Gen AI doesn't matter. Next.js, that's a hot dog. Hot dog, this means nothing. Hot dog. React, TypeScript, okay. Hot dog. All right, time. There's no there's this does I would not even go past this. I ran out of time. I didn't even run out of time. I just chose to stop because this person seems completely unqualified for a full stack role. So let me explain a couple of things, because you're probably wondering why I said hot dogs. Well, we'll cover that in a second. First off, what is a keyword in hiring? A keyword is what the manager wants. Recruiters do not make this. I want everybody to be clear. Recruiters do not make this. Hiring managers make this. And the hiring manager needs this. And this is what a keyword is. But we do not keyword hunt. Recruiters that are new about 3 months in, stop keyword hunting. So again, like if you have more than 3 to 5 months experience as a recruiter, you stop keyword hunting and you start qualification hunting. And what is a qualification? A qualification is what you did, how you did it, and the why you did it. But that why needs to be understandable to your grandparents. That is not an exaggeration. That is not a joke. If your why is not explainable by your grandparents, it doesn't count. So that's one thing. Now let's go to hot dogs. I want you to imagine that you're hungry. You go to a restaurant. You say, I would like a hamburger. So they bring you back a hot dog. And you're like, I wanted a hamburger. This is a hot dog. Why are you bringing me a hot dog when I wanted a hamburger? And the waiter says, well, a hot dog has meat like a hamburger. A hot dog has buns like a hamburger. And a hot dog can, in fact, have ketchup, mustard, and tomatoes just like a hamburger. So when you wanted a hamburger, you really want this hot dog. And this is the best hot dog you're ever going to have in your life. I swear to you. You would look at that waiter like they were crazy and you would walk away, because that is not what you wanted. That is the exact same problem here. If it is not in this list, it is not relevant. It is a hot dog, and hot dogs get people rejected. Hamburgers get people hired. These are hamburgers. Gen AI, Next.js, hot dogs. Fast API, hot dogs. SDK, extra credit, right? Software development kit, extra credit. The rest of this is hot dogs. Node.js, extra credit, but mostly a hot dog. React, good, TypeScript, hamburgers, and then Node.js, hot dog, hot dog, hot dog. So that is partly why this person is getting completely rejected, is they have nothing here that we want. Again, they tried to serve us hot dogs. They said, these are the best hot dogs you're ever going to have in your life. These are Michelin-starred hot dogs. And I would say, I don't care. I didn't want a hot dog. I wanted a hamburger. But Lee, we're trying to serve you the best of the... No. No one cares. No one cares. If it's not relevant, they do not care. Then this is the formatting you want to use. This is how you do it. It is in the description below. This is terrible formatting. So this doesn't count because nothing here matters. And then, you definitely want your email. That was a mistake. Also, where is your education? Did you graduate? You did. That should be at the very top. Oh, but you didn't even graduate yet. Wait. You haven't even graduated until 2027? Bro, it's too early to look for jobs. No one's going to hire you to get a job until about 3 months prior to you graduating. But even if you're looking for internships, these are still not what we'd be looking for. So are you looking for internships or are you looking for full-time roles? Because you told me specifically SDE1. And guess what? If you graduate in July and I'm recording this in August 5th, that's too far away, bro. Even if it wasn't too far away, this garbage would not get you an interview. So what I would like you to do is delete this, okay? And I want you to work on it in your part-time. And then what I want you to say is, what this? Because, like, I don't even know how to change these sentences because they're kind of worthless. Like, nothing here matters. This doesn't matter. And again, I need you to explain it in a way that is understandable to Bob. Bob cannot turn on his computer. Bob is the one deciding your fate. You need to explain it to Bob. And if you went to Bob and said, I independently engineered an AI video editor and design combo SDK, integrating Vinci Gen AI features with a custom Node.js rendering endpoint, they would look at you slack-jawed like, I don't care. Why do I care? Does it make me more money? And the answer is, I don't know. You didn't tell me. You need these sentences to be basic and boring. So why is this resume garbage? Well, the formatting is awful. B, they're probably just applying too early. You really don't get a lot of jobs for people unless 3 months before you graduate. Your bullet points contain almost 0 things I need and are filled with hot dogs. And your bullet points have no qualifications because you do not tell me why you did what you did in an understandable way. I don't know what you did. Again, you're trying to impress me with gold awards, but you will never impress me. I want you to look at me and I want you to listen to this. You cannot impress somebody with a resume. They're not built for it. It's like trying to make your fridge have a better like miles per hour. It makes no sense. They don't go together. Your refrigerator does not do miles per hour. It cools your food and makes sure it's not cools your food. That's what it does. This is what your resume does, is to tell me what you did, how you did it, and why you did it in a basic understanding way that even a Bob could understand. So when you try to say, oh, I did a gold award, I did all this, no one cares. Your projects don't matter. How good your projects are don't matter. All that matters is you explain what you did in a simple manner. And I know that runs counter to a lot of what you thought, but that is what gets you a 1 in 7. So that is kind of all I can do for this resume because everything is so wrong. It's kind of hard to... Like, you need to delete it and you need to make it basic, right? Like, I need to understand what you did with you did. And to give an example, a better sentence would be, I'm going to make this up because I really don't know what this person did. Normally, I lower my tech knowledge for these to make sure it's more accurate to what people would see, but this one, I truly don't know what they did. Is built a AI application using Python, TypeScript, JavaScript, HTML, CSS in an AWS environment so users could make phone calls without phone calls to people they care about without losing reception. That alone would get you more interviews than this garbage. So again, I'm not saying you're garbage. You're not. I'm saying your resume is garbage. And the first step to getting good at something is recognizing when you're trash at something. And this resume has nothing I need. It is formatted terribly and it does not explain things in simple manners. I truly do not know what you did. I guess it's a video editor, but I don't know how that works with the Gen I app to serve users with API calls. So I need you to delete this, right? Take this resume, and it's making you sad, and I want you to delete it. And then once you delete it, I want you to start again. I want it to look like this, and I want it to be basic, boring, and understandable that even Bob could understand it. If your grandparents can't understand why you did what you did, it's a bad bullet point. So before we go to the next resume, we got another 4 coming up. I just want to thank you all for watching. And if you ever need more help, you can join my live stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. PST on twitch.tv/headlessheadhunter. Just type !raffle to get entered to a chance to get your resume reviewed. That's how we do it. Have a little spinning wheel. It's all free. And to my members, I just want to say, thank you. Thank you for supporting this channel. I could not keep making this content without your financial support. You are the reason that I am able to get this free for everybody else. So if you want to support this channel and keep it alive, and if you want to get access to videos early, along with the past live streams, you can become a member in the link below. But with that said, let's go to the next resume. This is a resume of a data science intern. So for interns, we always need 4 things. I do not know of a single internship except some high level PhD ones that do not want these 4 things. Whether you're an accountant, a software engineer, a data analyst, whatever, they always want these 4 things. The first thing is degree, right? The second thing is, I'll come to it back in a second. The third is the ability to work well with others and take direction and criticism. The second one is a basic knowledge of your industry. So you need to see a degree, a basic knowledge of your industry, which for a data scientist intern would be SQL, Python, machine learning, ML, pandas, NumPy, skibidi-learn, TensorFlow, PyTorch, Power BI dashboards. And the ability to work well with others and take direction and criticism. Every single intern needs that, and every single intern does not have that on their resume. The amount of interns that have gotten jobs because they show they can take direction and criticism over some crazy tech stuff is insane. That's like one of the big things I try to teach interns is no one cares about your project. They care that you can work well with others because no one wants to hire a jerk. So 20 seconds is on the clock. This resume is mid. It gets a 1 in 75 ratio, so it's not the best, but it's not the worst. So that's like a D- to a D+ resume. So let's see what we can do in 20 seconds. And go. Okay, formatting's off. Hot dog, Python is good, SQL, research, related. That's okay-ish. Engineered a continuous measurement system that blah 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 blah. Cut false positives by blah blah blah. Set up an Apache Airflow for blah 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 blah. Studied how they grow with Python using good time. So close. So you started off actually kind of okay, right? Built automated data collection and ETL systems, which ETL is a hot dog, so you could really just like remove this part. Built automated data collection systems using Python and SQL for internet censorship and infrastructure research, turning raw data into research-ready data sets for analysts. It's okay. I would prefer this to be a little bit easier to understand, but it is still understandable. But like, why was it important to turn the research into ready for analysis? And again, you only have 2 keywords here. I need a minimum of 3, a maximum of 6. Here had nothing I wanted. Here had nothing I wanted. Here had nothing I wanted. So these are completely worthless and should be deleted because they do not add anything to your resume. Also, remember, this formatting, please, please, please. Also, you graduated. We don't need to know the year you graduated. We don't need to know the year you started. It's okay to say the year you graduated. I don't want to really care about when you started. So this is okay though, because you're still enrolled. Then we go down to here, and this is where it starts to get actually good, but I ran out of time because you filled it with junk. Again, if I don't see anything in these 3 bullet points, I'm going to assume you're not qualified. So, studied how tumors grow by building Python simulations using NumPy, skibidi-learn, and scikit-learn. Sorry, this is skibidi-learn. To model behavior, living in the lab tests, running new experiments each time. See, this is good. I actually really like this bullet point. You tell me Python, you tell me NumPy, you tell me skibidi-learn, intern, and you tell me a reason why you did it. I actually fully love this bullet point. This is probably why you're getting interviews alone. The problem is no one's going to scroll that far down in this bad formatting to find it. And then you get down to here, and it's just blah, 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 blah. It doesn't matter. I know you possibly are literally doing research that saves lives. I don't care. I care how it's relevant, and this isn't relevant. This isn't relevant either. This isn't relevant. This isn't relevant. Not relevant. Not relevant. Barely relevant until here. And this is why you're getting rejected, is you're filling your resume with a bunch of hot dogs. You know what I don't see? I don't see machine learning. And I know what you're about to say. Lee, X implies. No. Nothing implies nothing in your resume. If it implies you have something, it's implied you don't have it. You have to directly state it. And I do not see anything about machine learning, which should be machine learning parentheses ML for the first time you write it. I don't see anything about TensorFlow. I don't see Power BI dashboards till the very end. And you know what I don't see for an internship? I don't see how you can work together with others or take direction and criticism. And that is critical. This is why you're struggling to get some interviews, is you have 2 sentences that are solid, and then the rest of them are nothing. Like, I might as well be looking at a blank page. Like, if you want to know what your resume looks like, it's kind of like, let's keep the first one, right? Then we do this, then we delete this, and 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 then we delete this. We delete it, and then we go down to here, and we delete it. You can't even see the skill section that I'm deleting down here. And this is what your resume is 2 lines that are one okay, the other great, and that's it. Which, can I fix this without breaking everything? Yep, nope, I already broke it. So yeah, that is why you are struggling, is I need to see that you can work well together with others. I need to see that you can do Power BI dashboards, and that you can take direction and criticism, and you've done machine learning. You are smart. You are working on great oncology stuff. This is great. No one cares in the interview. No one cares in getting to the resume. So I need you to take this, and I need you to delete it, and I need you to start again. I do need you to keep this sentence though. This one is gold, and I want you to write the rest of it like this, because this tells me what you did. Python, NumPy, scikit-learn or skibbity-learn tells me how you did it, and it told me why you did it in a way that anybody could understand. So I want you to model the rest of it after that, and also use this formatting, and add how you can work well with others and take direction and criticism. Next resume. This is a supply chain analyst, which I always have trouble saying for some reason. So what do we need for a supply chain analyst? Well, not all of this I see out of the corner of my eye. We need degree or high school, although degree is preferred, from a college. Supply chain, MS Office, so Word, Outlook, Microsoft Excel, VLOOKUP, pivot tables, SQL, multitask and meet deadlines, the industry you're in, and explain supply chain topics to non-technical people across all levels of the org. Bonus points for ERP, SAP, and Power BI. If you notice, there is a running theme amongst most of these of explaining complex topics to non-technical people. That is the best thing you can do in your career, is learn how to do that. I swear to you. No fancy schmancy everything. If you learn how to explain something fancy in a simple manner, hoo boy, you're going to go far in your career. So this person stated nothing, so we don't know their ratio. I will say there's not a lot of supply chain jobs out there, so you probably want a better than a 1 in 50 ratio for this just because of the volume. But let's check out to see what this is and if it's good or garbage. So 20 seconds on the clock and go. Oh my gosh. No. No. Where's your degree? Okay, down there. All right, experience. Automated. Tableau and Excel, okay. Covering utilization, tracking, retaining. Nope. Time. Cool. That's all I found. Yeah, you messed up by putting too much stuff in here. There's way too much stuff in here. Like, remember, this doesn't count, bro. Nothing here counts. You wasted the first half, which is mostly the part that people read with this. So this doesn't count. And then again, I had to scroll all the way down to find your education, which you do have, but it took me forever to find it, which is bad. And your formatting is so hard that I can barely read this. Like you don't want to have to go. If you have to do this on a resume, that is a very, very bad sign. You need to use this format. It should be 10.5 spacing. It should be 12 Arial font. If it is not 12 Arial font, it does not count. So then we go into this, and the first sentence is automated manual reporting. Good. I don't care about your numbers. Stop putting numbers in your resume. Only people in sales or managers want to do that. So automated manual reporting with Tableau and advanced Excel. Cool, but I'm not looking for VBA and Power Query. I'm looking for VLOOKUP and pivot tables. And I'm also looking for other like Word and Outlook and SQL. And then this, what do you mean returning hours per month to operation leadership? That means nothing. So you did not explain this in a good way. So the only thing I saw is Tableau and Excel, which is a 1.5 because you didn't explain Excel correctly. Then developed, maintained reporting, blah, 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 doesn't matter. Extracted, transformed data, I don't care. Through SQL and Python, okay, ETL. I swear I have to squint at this. Processing 12 billion, I don't care. Why does this matter? You failed because you went too crazy technical. You know what I don't see in this? I don't see how you can explain supply chain topics to non-technical people across all levels of the org. You have to explain it to the CEO and the janitor. I don't think you can do that based on this. I don't know what industry you're in. And I've read 2 or 3 of these. I still don't know what industry you're in. What industry are you in even? Yeah, I have no idea. Warehousing, I guess. I don't know. And then you don't tell me that you can meet multiple deadlines. You don't show me you can use Word and Outlook and SQL. Yes, it is that important. And I don't even see anything involving supply chain. And again, when you say Excel, I need to see VLOOKUP and pivot tables. It's okay to say advanced, but I still need to see VLOOKUP and pivot tables. So yeah, that's why this resume doesn't work, is it's filled to the brim with a bunch of stuff that just doesn't matter. It's hot dogs, and you're trying to brag. You're trying to show how good and powerful and strong you are, and I don't care. I don't want any of that. I just want to see what you did and how you did it. And you didn't tell me that. So next resume. This is a full stack software engineer. We do not know their ratio because they have not applied to enough roles. They've only applied to about 60 roles a month, which is nowhere near enough. You want to be applying to a minimum of 50 roles a week. That is your goal. Now, if you're in rural Kansas or you're in a smaller country outside the US, you may not get you may not be able to find 50 jobs a week. That is understandable, but your goal should be to try to apply to 50 jobs a week, because even a mid-level resume, like a C- resume, will get 1 interview a week at 50 applications a week. So, what do we need for a full stack engineer? We already did this at the top of the video, so here we go. We already know what that is. 20 seconds is on the clock. They note. They said, trying to pivot from insurance to tech and fintech. I have 1 year's of experience, and I'm targeting cities like, the major tech ones, New York City, San Fran. Those are the big ones. There are more, but those are the big ones. All right, and go. Okay, big red flag right here. Formatting is slightly off. Designated to own an API-driven configuration. No. Why do I care about this? I don't care about this. Agile team, sort of a stakeholder. That one's actually good to realize 7-figure annual, but that's still why. Time. Okay, so I said immediately, this is a red flag. Open to relo. Open to relo is a big red flag. Never, ever, ever, ever say open to relo unless the job itself asks you in an interview. What you want to do instead is under this, right? Put a space here, so there's a space, and then in that space, right up here, put moving to X by Y date, can move earlier if needed, because relo is a red flag. If you say you are open to relo, a recruiter and hiring manager are both going to get the ick. They're going to think, oh, they're not serious. Because again, baby recruiters and baby hiring managers make this mistake. We think, oh, they're open to relo. That's great. They're in New York City. We're in California. That's great. They're going to relo. There's no problem with that. And then we give them the job, and it comes time for them to relo, and they say, yeah, I just didn't feel like it. I realized it wasn't for me. Sorry. And then the company wasted weeks and weeks of their time, and they have to go back and redo the entire process, and that will happen continuously. So open to relo, yellow flag, giant yellow flag. Instead, if you say moving to X by Y date, can move earlier if needed, it shows that you are going to move no matter what they do, so they do not have to worry about you not moving. So that is what you need to do. Oh boy. Second thing here. These are some bad bullet points, buddy. Also, your formatting is off. This does not look like this. This does not look like this. These are very different. Again, you want this white space. This white space will save you right here. This is lovely. We love this white space. If you crunch everything together, we can't read it, which I am struggling to read this based on the formatting. And then in the actual things is designed and owned an API-driven configuration, enabling a non-technical user to perform real-time updates to production, reducing the engineering backlog by 15% and eliminating... Why? Why do I care? And again, no numbers. Stop putting numbers in your resume. I don't care about this 15%. It's garbage. It doesn't matter. But why did you do this? To perform real-time updates? I don't know. To reduce the backlog, I guess. Also, most of this stuff I don't really need. Like, why do I care about Blazor? So even at best, this has 2 keywords that I want. And I'm including this down here. Never do these sub-bullets. Don't do that. So this only has 2. This is fine because this has 1, 2. No, this has 1, comma, React, comma, TypeScript, not React TypeScript. This has 1, 2, 3. No, 2 things I need. 3 things, right? React TypeScript, yeah, 3 things. This only has 3, and again, I don't know why you did this. To save our company money is fine, but to realize 7-figure annual savings is nothing. Like, this entire resume is very confusing to read. And remember, I'm on hour 3.5 or 3 hours and 45 minutes of streaming. My voice is tired. My eyes are tired. I can't read this. And most of this is not relevant anyway. It's filled with hamburgers. Again, you only have 1 here. You have 0 here. Why is it that you only have 2, 3, 1, 0? Why do you have 6 good keywords in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bullet points, and none of those keywords show me how you did what you did or why you did what you did in a simplified manner? Part of your job is going to explain to customers that don't know what a full stack is. And you have to explain to them why you did what you did, and I can't see it. Why is it that I have to go all the way down here to get only 6? You should be able to do that in the first bullet point alone. If you stated, designed a... I still don't even know what you did. God, I really don't know what you did here. That's the problem. I guess designed a website using C#.net, TypeScript, JavaScript, HTML, CSS, and SQL to reduce our engineering backlog, to perform real-time updates in production to reduce our engineering backlog. That alone has almost every single thing you wrote, and it's better. Like, again, the font is off too. Like, I don't know what it is you did, but this is not this. This is not this. These are very different. Like, very, very different. And you can tell how hard it is to read. Also, your education should be up here. So to fix this, honestly, man, you need to redo this. I would delete this and start again. Make sure the keywords are accurate. Make sure that your education is up at the top. And make sure that you don't say open to reload, that you change it to moving to X by Y date for each role that you go to. That is kind of all I can do for this, because again, it's pure chaos and everything is a nightmare in this. Next resume. This is another full stack resume. So they said, I've started applying with this resume recently after watching your videos. I only applied to about 10 until now because my internship just finished Monday. I don't have many junior roles that require less than 2 years of experience. It's true. You're not going to find a lot. It's actually probably harder to get it's very difficult to get an intro. Like, there's just not a ton of them, but you should still start trying to find them. By the way, I would want to know if I have better to apply for front end roles or can I stick to full stack? I don't know because I'm not judging this on front end. You cannot ask me, would it be better if I applied to X or Y? And my answer is I don't know because I can only judge what is in front of me. And you may be perfectly qualified for front end, but that doesn't mean you show it, right? So I don't know. I need you to be very specific with that. So let's find out what is good or bad about this, because again, we do not know. They don't have a new ratio because it's applied. And go. Okay, degree good. This doesn't matter. This doesn't matter. This doesn't matter. Improved existing activities. What? Using Vue.js, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. But why? Develop new activity. What activities? Okay, that one's like a no. What? What? What do you mean activities? I've never heard it described like this. Again, you cannot just have the keywords. I'm gonna switch to front end though. Let me at least front end. So these are a little bit outdated. I will say, I probably have to redo the front end ones. I try to redo them every 3 months. So React, TypeScript, JavaScript, HTML, CSS, UI, UX, Angular, Next.js, Nuxt.js, Node.js. Yeah, you don't have enough for this either. I don't know what I'm looking at. Okay, so first things first, if you got your degree, then I don't care about this stuff. Who cares? You got your degree. That is heads and tails better than all of this. And then I don't care when you started. I only care that you graduated, so this already saves up space. But oh no, this should don't delete that, Lee. You do want that. Delete that. But then, like, what do you mean improved existing activities? What does that mean? I understand how you did it. This is a case of you have the what and the how, but why? What activities? What does that mean? I truly do not know what you mean by improved existing activities. And again, Vue.js is a hot dog, at least in the US. But again, I have to judge these as if they were in the US, and my advice does work outside the US. It works in the US, Canada, Mexico, the EU, the UK, India, and I believe Singapore, and it does work in Africa as well, and Australia. So it works globally, except in the Netherlands. I have no idea why. But yeah, I don't know what that is. And then Figma Designs is a hot dog. Pinia is a hot dog. MongoDB is a hot dog. But again, what activities? Your formatting is mostly fine, but like, you need to tell me what these did. I don't know what these did. What is development tasks? Why did you do that? I need you to remember you are talking to your grandmother. Your grandmother may love you, but if you told your grandmother, I debugged and resolved front-end issues to improve functionality and user experience, she would get confused. She would not know what that is. You have confused me so much, my hair is now crazy. So this is what's going to happen for the rest of this video, because my hair is now crazy because you fully broken me. I've never seen anybody ever say improved existing activities before. Well, I need you to rewrite these. All right, I don't want you to say improved existing activities using HTML, CSS, blah, blah, blah. I want you to say created a website using JavaScript, HTML, CSS, and TypeScript where users could put photos of their dog. That would be fine, but I don't know what you did. You have the what, you have the how. I need the why. I'm also missing cloud. So, like, this is part of my problem is, like, yeah, I don't know how else to go more on this one. I don't know what you did, and if I do not know what you did, I am not moving you forward. If the manager looks at this and they said improved existing activities, they would say, what do you mean existing activities? In fact, this is what actually happens on the back end. If a recruiter sent this person out, the manager would go to the recruiter and say, what did this person mean by existing activities? And the recruiter would say, I don't know what they mean. And the manager would say, rejected, don't send me another candidate like this ever again. because they would get upset for us wasting their time. You need to tell me what you did in a simplified manner so that I can send it to the hiring manager and the manager can understand it in a simplified manner. You need to talk to your grandmother. Your grandmother is the person that will tell you how to do this. If you can write your resume for your grandmother or your grandfather, you have gotten a great resume. So this has the keywords, but it doesn't have the qualifications. So that's all I can do for this one. Thank you all for watching, liking, commenting, subscribing. And if you ever need more help, you can always join my live stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. PST on twitch.tv/headlessheadhunter, where I review these. And if you type !raffle, you will get entered into a free, it's all free, to get your resume reviewed. And to my members, I just want to say thank you for supporting this channel. I could not keep the channel going without your monetary support. My members get access to videos early and can look at the past live streams that I've posted 2 weeks after they get deleted from Twitch. So thank you for your support. And if anybody wants to help support this channel, they can do so in the link below. But thank you for keeping this channel alive. And that is it for this episode. So I will see you in the next one to help you get ahead of your job search. Later.